When my sister wins, I win at the Sisters Cafe.
Hey everybody, welcome to this segment of Sisters Cafe. Before we get started, be sure to like and share this video. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button so that you are notified every time a new episode comes out. If you are watching on Facebook or any other social media platform, be sure to like the page and make sure you share and comment where you are listening or viewing from. I am your host, Gladys B, and today we are talking about happiness. But before we get into it, be sure to go over to the website and subscribe at www.sisterscafeinc.com. Also, you can listen in on any podcast platform that you prefer. You can follow me on all social media platforms, and you can find me every Wednesday here for Woman Crush Wednesday on Power Influence Radio. So let's get into it. Today, we are talking about happiness. Happiness is your power and your responsibility. So, the goal of the episode is to help you discover joy in everyday moments, every day, all the time. It's very helpful, very, very helpful. It will change your life if you can find joy in every little thing throughout the day, every day. It will change whole outlook, the whole outlook, believe me. So let me ask you this. How often have you said to yourself, I'll be happy when? I'll be happy when someone notices my hard work. I'll be happy when I get that promotion. I'll be happy when I'm in the perfect relationship or the perfect person comes into my life. I'll be happy when everything goes my way or according to plan. I'll be happy when, I make this amount of money or the kids are gone or whatever it may be. Whatever it may be. Bottom line, waiting for something to happen for you to be happy it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It is imperative that you find things that make you happy regardless of the circumstances. So, we're going to talk about your happiness, your power, your responsibility. And it doesn't have to be something you have to wait on. This is something you can start today, which is the good thing about it, because it's your power and your responsibility. So we can start today, right now. Let's go. For those who might not have known, there are actually mental health benefits and physical health benefits to smiling. Did you know that? One, smiling boosts your mood. It triggers the release of feel good hormones like dopamine or serotonin. These chemicals reduce stress, improve mood, and create a sense of well being. So we want to smile as often as possible. Smiling reduces stress and anxiety. Did you know that? We got a lot of that going on. Anxiety is really, really big and it's serious. So if we can find any way to eliminate or at least reduce the amount of stress and anxiety that we have every day, why not do it? Why not do it? It's helpful. We need to find these ways. We know that stress is that silent killer, and we don't want that. We stress so much, so much. I'm saying that because I was queen stress. Queen stress, real talk. Things would just stress me out because I overthink or overanalyze. I'm thinking about what may happen, even though it hasn't happened yet. And it just creates a torment or turmoil in your brain. And it's so unnecessary. So unnecessary. I remember I remember a couple of years ago, it was actually at Manifestation Conference. I'll never forget it. I was feeling so bad, so bad. I had just put in my 2-week notice for my job. I had to be at the manifestation conference. Then I had to be back to start a new job. And a lot of things were going on. The job that I was in was like super duper stressful. I'm talking overtime every day and on Saturdays. I would come in on Saturdays just to try to catch up on what I didn't during the weekday. And even that was super stressful. My boss was bananas, and it was stressful. It seriously was. And then I had the other thing. I'm still doing Sisters Cafe. I'm still doing paperwork, etc. I got to get down to California. Just all these kind of things that were loading up. And sometimes when we don't address the stress, it just builds up. And that's all it does. That's all it is doing. It's building up, and then it's going to cause this mini bomb that's going to explode at some time or another. I remember getting to the manifestation conference, and I was super stressful. I had a one-way ticket there. I did not have a ticket back. I didn't know how I was going to get back, but I said God was going to do it. Got there, did Sisters Cafe, was feeling super, super sick. I don't know if anybody could tell. It is on video, but I was like, get yourself together, shake it off, shake it off. I kept telling myself, shake it off. I don't know what was going on with me. I was so nauseated. I was unbalanced. It was horrible. I did Sisters Cafe, and I'm like, let me just sit down somewhere. Let me sit down. And then the next morning when I woke up to go to the ladies' room, and I was super, super dizzy, like super dizzy. Managed to get to the bathroom, and I remember my balance was off. I couldn't find the toilet. Like seriously, it was ridiculous. I had never experienced that before. Finally got back, used the wall to get back to the bed, got to the bed, and immediately had to throw up. I didn't know what was wrong. I just kept feeling dizzy and unbalanced. Anyway, that happened. I finally I had to go back to Louisiana like that. The kids were like, Mom, no, you can't. And I'm like, I don't know what else to do. Something was going on with my ear. It had swollen up. It was ridiculous. And then, not even that, on that Tuesday, my son was making a joke, was like, why you keep looking at me like that? And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? I felt weird, but I just, we tend to ignore things thinking that they're going to go away, but they don't necessarily do. So I would advise anybody, you feeling weird, check it out. Check it out. But what was happening was my eye was not closing. This eye, I thought I was blinking. I felt like I was blinking, but this eye was not. And then my face began to shift. So the first thing I thought was a stroke. We went to urgent care, and it basically turned out I had developed Bell's palsy along with vertigo. And that's what was going on at the time. They didn't know what actually triggered it, but they said the bottom line of all of that was stress. And I was like, what? Stress? Oh no, see, we're going to change that. And that's what I vowed to do, because to have my face lopsided, my eye wouldn't close, my mouth was lopsided, I couldn't eat properly, brush my teeth, nothing would stay. It was a mess. It was a mess, and I was so scared. I was so very scared, and I just kept praying, okay, God, I hear you. Sit myself down somewhere. I hear you. And that's what I did. I started taking things off of my plate. I started working on things that would reduce stress. And that is what I come to find: the laughing, the smiling, living in a life in a state of gratitude, not getting too hyped, not doing too much. If I can't do it, I'll just say no now. Whereas I wouldn't. I was yes to everybody and everything. But The mental health benefits of smiling and being happy. It enhances your social connections. It promotes a positive mindset. And that is what we want. If we stay in the positive, if we stay in a grateful state, if we stay in a thankful state, then our stress reduces. Why? Because not that we won't have any stress at all. I think a certain level of stress could be a little bit healthy, I'm sure. But to overstress is not a good thing, especially for long periods of time. Long periods of time. This is also why I became an advocate for peace. You can't stress me out. I don't want my blood sugar up. I don't want my blood pressure up. I don't want my stress up because I don't want to do that again. Certain lessons we get and we don't take them in. But that lesson, I got it. I got it. I do not wish for my face to be distorted or me not to be able to do my everyday things just because I'm stressed, mostly about other people's stuff. Not gonna happen, Gavin. Not gonna happen. Lesson learned. Physical benefits of smiling. It strengthens your immune system. It strengthens your immune system by lowering your stress hormones and increasing the production of infection fighting antibodies. So, I mean, there's reasons to smile. It reduces blood pressure. Smiling relieves pain. Did you know that? The endorphins that release when you smile act as natural painkillers, reducing discomfort and physical tension. Try it. You gotta try it. It improves heart health. It actually does. Smiling improves heart health. Smiling enhances blood flow and relaxes the body strain on the cardiovascular system. You didn't know that. Neither did I. It also increases longevity. Studies show that people who smile more often tend to live longer. If those ain't good reasons to smile, I don't know what to tell you. Those are excellent reasons to smile. Smiling activates the brain's reward system, creating a feedback loop that reinforces happiness. Smiling is a simple yet powerful act that enhances both mental and physical health. Whether it's genuine or intentional, the benefits are undeniable. So take a moment to smile today. It's an investment in your well being. All right, so I have a challenge for you. Go ahead and share your own smile moments and hashtag the smile effect. Let's make this viral. The smile effect. So share moments of what makes you smile or pictures of you actually smiling, genuine smiling, and hashtag the smile effect. I want to see what's going on out there. Come on, let's make this smile effect viral, y'all, because everybody needs a reason to smile. Everybody needs to understand that smiling is good. And some people just need that hope and that pick me up to say, hey, it's going to be okay. So, why is happiness your responsibility? It's important to take responsibility for your own happiness because giving someone else that power makes you dependent. If your joy or your happiness relies on other people or circumstances, what happens when that disappears? And that's real talk. Sometimes we give other people way too much power. We're handing them our power when our happiness depends on how they feel that day. We do that a lot. If they're unhappy, we're unhappy. If they're mad, our day is messed up. If somebody says something because they're having a bad day, then our day is totally messed up. Sometimes in relationships, if he doesn't say he loves you, or she doesn't do this, or he doesn't affirm you, or he didn't give you your love language, or whatever it may be, it disrupts your day. You've given that person your power. Nope. We not doing this. Think of happiness as a garden. If you don't tend to it, then who will? Sure, the sprinklers might sprinkle some water on it now and then, but the real work of planting, weeding, and nurturing is on you. That is what your happiness is. And this is what I'm trying to help us understand. We have to nurture our happiness. That's why I want you to find what makes you smile. Because when you find those little things that keeps you happy, you know how to be happy regardless of what's going on, regardless of who said what, who did what, where they're going, what happened over there, what happened over there. It doesn't even matter because you're happy. You're unbothered. Happy, 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 regardless, because you create your own happiness. Number 5 for week 5 is be healed. A lot of us are living our everyday lives with a whole lot of stuff that we have not healed from. And we know that because we act it out. Whether you know it or not, it comes out in your everyday life, in your conversation, in the way you treat people, in the way you look at people, in the way you think. One thing I've learned is healed people see things differently. Healed people hear things differently. You can say something to me as a unhealed person and I'll snap back at you versus say the same exact thing to a person that's healed and it's not the same reaction. The reason is because we live and we operate out of the hurt and the trauma and the things that we have been through that has damaged us. We cannot, let me repeat, we cannot be our best selves traumatized, hurt, and unhealed. We go to church every day. We go to church every Sunday. We're at every conference. We're at every revival. But yet we continuously walk out unhealed. We have to get to the point where we can get to the altar and lay it down and do not pick it back up. We have to get to the point where we honestly and sincerely leave it in the hands of the Lord. And real talk, therapy wouldn't hurt. I advise therapy. I do. I know it is frowned upon at church. I know it's not the thing we're supposed to do. We're only supposed to tell Jesus, and I get that. But while you're praying, go find you a therapist. Real talk. Real talk. We go to doctors when we're sick. We go to the hospital when we need to stay somewhere and get care. We go to McDonald's when we're hungry. Go to therapy for mental issues because that's what it is. It's a doctor for your mental, right? God put them on earth just like he put everybody else on earth. Therapy helps. Therapy helps. Therapy helps. Get you some therapy because you cannot be the best version of yourself with all of that in you. There's no room. There is no room. There's no room for the good when bad is compacted. We just stack it on. We suppress it. And we stack it on one towards the other, on the other, on the other. We stack it. And we wonder why we're sick, or we're bitter, or we're mad, or we just hate everybody. There's a reason for that. Check your insides. Check your insides. I know the book says to check your squad, but right now I'm telling you to check your insides. Because you must be healed before you can be the best version of yourself. My son does a series called Get Well Soon, and he gives these examples of dysfunctions that we operate in on a daily basis. And he ends it with Get Well Soon, and that is what I'm telling you. Get well soon. But you have to be healed. You have to be healed. It's such a different place. It's such a different place than to have all that stuff replaying in your head. What somebody did to you, what somebody took from you, what you didn't get a chance to do, who held you down, who held you back, all of that. Who left? Who stayed? Who abandoned you? Who, all of that. Who hurt you? Who violated you? Believe me, I'm not saying this just to be saying it. I'm saying it because I experienced it. And I can't be the best version of me with all that stuff hanging on me. I can't. I can't, because the best version of me is so unbothered, it ain't even funny. The best version of me doesn't think about and replay those things that happened to me in the past. I've had things happen. I've had things that's been wronged, things I thought was taken or, not treated properly or violated. Had it happen, but I don't want to replay that in my mind over and over again. All you do is get madder. Can I say madder? All you do is get madder. Every time you think of something somebody did or said, all you do is fuel your anger. All you do is replay it. All you're doing is ripping that band-aid off of a wound that was healing. Again, therapy. Therapy. That is your word for the week. Therapy. Be healed. Be healed. And hang around people that's been healed. We talked about changing our environment. Change your environment. The person who continuously talks about what was, what is, what should have been, what could have been, who did this, cut them off. You do not need that. You don't need it in your life. You don't need it in your journey to be healed. Check your squad and be healed. Make sure you stay connected at www.sisterscafeinc.com. Check out the podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I'll see you again next week for another tip on how to be the best version of you. How do we take responsibility for our happiness? 1, recognize your power. Happiness is not a product of perfect circumstances, but of intentional choices. It's your choice. It is simply, and I know it sounds simple, but it real talk, it's that simple. It's a choice to be happy. Another way to start taking responsibilities is to stop the blame game. Acknowledge that blaming others or situations keeps you stuck. Keeps you stuck. Not them, but you. You're stuck. 3, shift your focus. Instead of asking who can make me happy, ask what can I do to bring happiness and joy into my own life? What can I do? Those are 3 ways. So recognize your power, stop the blame game, and shift your focus. That is how you take responsibility for your own happiness. So happiness is an action. I have some happiness hacks, and it gives you just a little practical advice, such as keeping a gratitude journal or finding humor in tough situations. It's hard to do sometimes, but once you practice it, it actually becomes second nature, like real talk. If you can take any situation, and no matter what the situation, and pull something good from it, it actually changes your outlook, changes your perception of things. Happiness hacks. 1, prioritize self-care. Understand that self-care isn't selfish. It's necessary. It's survival. If you haven't got the book, go ahead and get it. But taking care of yourself is not selfish. It's necessary. Whether it's 10 minutes to journal, 10 minutes to walk, saying no to things that drain you. Self-care is how you refuel. I know sleep is one of those things where they say your body rejuvenates itself, it heals itself, but most of us don't even get the proper amount of sleep. So how do we refuel ourselves if we're not refueling ourselves? Another way to prioritize self-care is maybe create a joy list, is what I call it. So just 5 things that make you happy, that make you smile, that make you feel good, that make you just forget. I don't want to say forget because it doesn't forget, but in that moment, you forget your troubles or your problems, or for a minute, there's no stress or tension. 5 things that do that for you. Um, I heard puppies and babies are like number one. Find you a baby to play with, find you some puppies to play with. I have to say that does, I think that it gives immediate joy. If you like babies and puppies, though. If you don't like babies and puppies, that's not going to work for you. But generally, babies and puppies work. It'll just give you this soft feel that, oh, how cute, you want to cuddle, you want to smell them, those kind of things. It just, it brings delight to your life. For me, I don't want y'all to think I'm weird, but cows do that for me. It sounded funny coming out my mouth, but I don't know. I got a thing for cows. I do. I do. I would still, one of my things on my bucket list is to pet a cow. I love seeing them on the side of the road when we're driving and we got road trips, anywhere we go, and I see cows. Generally, you will see me slow down and see if there's one way I can get out this car and go pet one. I really do. I would love to talk to one and pet one. Don't judge me. Another thing for me is bridges. I love bridges and bodies of water. I love them. It brings this like serenity feel over me. It really does. It really, really does. I love bodies of water, but I love bridges. Um, Another way is to do something for somebody for no reason. There is no better feeling of joy and happiness to see somebody full of joy and happiness. It's just a smile. It's a reward to make somebody else smile. Another thing for me would be accomplishing goals. When I've set goals for myself and I hit those goals, man, man, I am like up here for real. I love accomplishing goals. I love it. Progress is good. Progress is good. It's attractive. It's nice. I love it. I love progress and I love hitting goals. Another practical tip for finding happiness or keeping your happiness is to set boundaries. You can't be happy if you're constantly pouring from an empty cup. We talk about that all the time. You got a dusty cup. You ain't got nothing to pour from. We're going to have to do that. We're going to have to do something with dusty cup, y'all. Seriously. Seriously. But you can't keep pouring. What you pouring it? What are you pouring? A dusty cup is what you got. Setting boundaries isn't about pushing people away. It's about protecting your peace. Peace is priceless. You can't pay for it. You can't get it back. You can't borrow it from somebody else. This is something you can't get back. We have to stop giving it to people. We have to stop giving it out. It's already short lived. A lot of us are not living in peace. Suggest you find you some real talk and then protect it. Protect it. The best way to do that is to start saying no. I know we don't like to do that. We don't like to say no. I'm going to need y'all to get the book. Read the chapter, The Value of No. This is not a matter of being selfish or not giving to anybody or it's not about that. It's about you. It's about you protecting your peace, your energy, your happiness, your body, your survival. It's about you. It is. It is 100% about you. It has nothing to do with them. It has nothing to do with them. Remember, one of the things I've always said, the best version of me says no to others so I can say yes to myself. People will use you up as long as you let them. As long as you let them. I think about all the things, for those who know me, you know, I got plans for this, I'm going to do this and going to do this. But then I turn around and I'm saying yes to everybody and everything. And then that whole list, I got a big old box full of ideas and stuff that I wanted to do and will do, but I put on the back burner because I was helping. And don't get me wrong, not saying you cannot help, but we need to get into the habit of helping and giving from the overflow. I can't keep giving what I don't have. That's why you end up burnt out, bitter, mad, tired, exhausted, overweight, underweight, which I don't know nothing about, underweight, serious health issues, all kinds of stuff. All types of things happen when we are not protecting ourselves. And that's real talk. That is real talk. Start small. Just say no to one thing this week. Just say no. What they gonna do? Whoop you? Get mad? Not talk to you no more? I mean, that's probably good in itself. It shows you who's with you, who's not. It shows you what they're connected to you for. A lot of people are connected to you for what you do for them. A lot of people. Those are the people you want to weed out, like real talk. Start saying no, and you will see those people weed out quickly. Quickly. And that's okay, because now that's off your plate. You might feel sad for a moment, but then you will feel relieved because that was too much in the first place. You kept saying yes, 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 when you really wanted to say no. Please stop asking. Anyway, learn how to say no and go get the book. Order the best version of me. You can get that at www.sisterscafeinc.com and go to the store and click on it and buy your book. Buy your book. I think you will like it, and I think that it would help. I really do. Not just because I wrote it, but it helped me. So I believe it could help others as well. Another joy hack, happiness hack, is to reframe your perspective. When life throws challenges your way, it's easy to feel stuck or like you can't do anything else, or you don't know what to do, or there's nowhere to go from here. But if you ask yourself, what's the one thing I can control in this situation, and work to do that. You can only control what you can control. There is nothing, let me say it again, there's nothing you can do about things that are out of your control. You can't stress about it. You can't worry about it because there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing. Understand that life is 10% of what happens, but 90% of how you react to it. Reframe your perspective. Focus on what you have, not what you lack. We tend to do that. I don't know why we automatically go to the negative or to the bad or to what we don't have. We automatically do that. We can have 20 things going on in our life that's wonderful, but we'll focus on this one thing. Like, for real? No, ma'am. No, sir. Forget this. I got all this going on for you. And this is how you live a life of gratitude and thankfulness. Positive outcomes only. That's what Pollyanna said, right? Positive outcomes only. What can you pull out of that situation that's good? What can you pull out? And I know it sounds weird. Some people might think it sounds impossible. I can give you an example. I was not home and my children were home. It was during the summer and we were robbed. Our house was robbed. I got a phone call from a police officer at work, and my thoughts automatically go to, oh my God, what's wrong with my kids? They said my house was broken into. And they're looking into it, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, first thing I do is call, because ain't nobody called me. I asked, how are my kids? They were like, nobody was here. And I'm like, wait, hold on. Where are my kids then? So this particular day, my aunt had picked them up, but they didn't say anything. Nobody called me. Nobody said nothing. Nobody asked. Nobody nothing. They just went with my aunt. Got to the house, and they had got through my son's window, came in. So clearly they had been watching us. That's what it turned out. They had been watching us. So they were able to see what we had at the house. You know, when you open and close the door, your windows, y'all take care of yourself. Be watchful. Don't just be willy-nilly all the time, because there's people that are out there to do harm. So be very careful. Anyway, it was a horrible. I had never had that happen before. It scared me. It worried me. And I was also very uneasy for about a few weeks, because I'm like, okay, what if they didn't get, because they didn't take everything. You know, it's like they came in, they took the PS systems, but they didn't take the TV. They took the games, but they didn't take that. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, what if they didn't have time and they're coming back? So anyway, through all that, I would ask God, okay, what I don't understand. I'm here with these boys by myself. What am I supposed to do? But I started to say, okay, what is good out of this? One, my kids weren't home. I wasn't home. So I'm thankful, super thankful to that, because that police call could have been a whole different call. Real talk, real talk. And I'm grateful that it wasn't. My kids disobeyed me that day, and I'm glad they did. I'm so very glad they did. Not only that, when all was said and done, the robbers were caught because my neighbor filmed them and called the police. And she called the police because she said, that didn't look like one of you. They didn't look like your boys. And one of the good things about my kids didn't like, but I didn't have people running in and out of my house. I don't care who their friends was. They had maybe one or two friends they could bring over, and that was it. This is not a Subway. This was not a club. Nobody's going in and out of here. So I'm glad that my neighbor was able to recognize that, hold on, that don't look like her boys. So she filmed it. By the time the robbers got down to the bottom of the hill, they were caught. Police had got them and recovered everything, everything. And what the blessing to that was, not only was our stuff recovered, but they had hit 10 houses before me, and everybody got their stuff back. And I remember saying, maybe our house had to be the catapult to everybody else getting their stuff back. And from that, I was grateful. Sometimes hey, for such a time as this, I tried to find the good things about it. Now, don't get me wrong, I was still a little uneasy for weeks. It's a violation, you know, that somebody else was in your house going through your stuff. It was on purpose. It was a direct thing. They knew what they were coming for. They knew why they were in, because I thought about, they came through the door, they missed the laptops and all those kind of things. They didn't grab those. They grabbed the systems and Gary's laptop, but still, he didn't need it. But no, they were, it was on purpose. It was targeted is the word. It was targeted. We were targeted, and they had been watching us. So that was that. But I was able to pull that out of that. Everything that you go through, pull out a positive, because it changes your perspective, which means it changes your stress level, and it changes how you are walking around, your outlook of the world. It really, really does. It really, really does. Remember, positive outcomes only. Hashtag that. Positive outcomes only. Another thing is to let go of things that have nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. Y'all, we carrying around baggage that ain't ours. It's not ours. It's not yours to carry. It don't belong to you. Let it go. Let it go. Also, surround yourself with positive, upbeat people. It will change your life. It is no way in the world you can be around all this positive energy, and people are hyped and they're excited about life, and they about to do, and I'm going to do it. all that and you sitting around negative, no, it won't happen. It will rub off. It will rub off and you will find yourself believing in yourself. Like real talk. Real talk. I saw a post that said, hang around with me long enough and you'll be believing in yourself way more than you do. Like for real. For real. Get you some upbeat, positive friends. Check your squad. That's right. Hashtag check your squad. Find you some upbeat, positive people to hang around. What you be around is what you're going to do. Remember that. What you be around, I know I said be around, what you are around, that is what you're going to do. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. Tip 2 for week number 2 is figure out what the best version of you looks like. Many of us say we live in our best lives. We want to be the best version of ourselves. You know, we want to be this, we want to do this, but we actually have no idea what that is. Most of us are seeing something that we want or that somebody else is doing, and we be like, oh, that's what we want. Or we're with somebody and you're thinking, okay, well, that's what I want. But it takes a minute to figure out what the best version of you looks like. It's not about what anybody else wants, what anybody else needs, what anybody else, anything. It is what the best version of you looks like to you. So I ask the question every seminar, every panel, every podcast, every workshop, what does the best version of you look like? I even have a best version of you challenge out. You can Twitch the video, I think it's called, but you can do it with the video. I think it is called Twitch. I think you switch or Twitch the video on TikTok or anywhere else, but it's simple. My name is whatever. I am with whatever, and the best version of me is whatever. So if you want to, feel free to join into the best version of me challenge and send in those videos telling me what the best version of you looks like. So the best version of you, as I was saying, only you know that. It's, again, not what anybody else wants. Remember, the best version of you is without apology or need for permission, period. So if that means the best version of you is sitting on the couch all day, that's the best version of you. It is what it looks like to you. So figure out what you want. In the book coming up, I talk about how do you like your eggs. But I'm not going to tell you what that means. You're going to have to get the second book. But you have to figure out what you like. And most of the time, it's going to require you to have real time alone and by yourself. It's going to require you to spend some time alone. Some of us have that opportunity, many of us don't. But get alone. Sometimes we're so ready to jump into a relationship or be booed up all the time that some of us are scared to be by ourselves. Some of us think being by ourselves is going to make us lonely, and believe me, that is not the case. It's not the case. Get along with yourself and learn you. What do you like? What makes you smile? What makes you happy? What brings you joy? You know, and it's not about the money or the flash or the trips. What are the simple things? Simple things that make you smile. Simple things that bring you great joy. Me binge watching a show. So I'll wait. I don't watch these episodes from week to week to week. I ain't got that kind of patience. I will wait till all the segments or episodes have shown, and then I get to binge watch them on Netflix or whatever. That is the best version of me. Oh my, with no interruptions, no nothing. Just me, a cup of ice, and binge watching that show. Right now I'm binge watching Chicago Fire. But it's whatever works for you. Whatever makes you smile. Figure that out first. So week 2, tip 2, figure out what the best version of you looks like. Remember to stay connected at www.sisterscafeinc.com. And don't forget to join the Best Version of Me Challenge. I'll see you again next week for another tip on how to be the best version of yourself. All right, so we are back. So What makes us smile? That's what this part is called. What makes us smile? So I asked a group of people what makes them smile. And these are some of the things that people said made them smile. Funny and adorable animal videos. I think that does make people smile. Just a side note, because I like side notes. I was at the doctor and one of the nurses was talking about things that make us smile or make us laugh. And she was telling me about these miniature goats that are paralyzed when you scare them. I thought it was just, like cow tipping. I knew that from cars, but I didn't know little goats did it. But she showed me some of the videos, and I'm telling y'all, go check it out. I don't know what the goats are called, but they're little goats, but they are paralyzed when you scare them, paralyzed for seconds, maybe 30 seconds, a minute, I don't know. But they are paralyzed, and it's the funniest thing. It really is. Go check out some adorable animal videos. Viral feel good stories from social media. Those stories are so heartfelt and it gives you hope. It gives you hope. It makes you smile. It's like having praise reports on repeat, like for real. Everybody telling about the goodness of God and what he did. And he's still a healer. He's still a miracle worker. He's still a provider. Those are the kind of things you want to hear all day. That has to make you happy. That has to make you smile to see somebody else rejoice in the Lord for the things that he has done. I tell you, it's a good thing. It's a good thing, and it's a good feeling. It can only hype you up because you can only wait. Hold on, he's still in the blessing business. That means I'm next. He's still in the healing business. That means I will be healed. He's still in the provision business, which means he will provide me with what I need. Okay. 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 Anyway, music. Music is good for the soul. It really is. I know laughter is, but music is too. Speaking of laughter, comedy is good for the soul. It is it is nothing better than finding you somebody or a comedian of some sort to make you laugh with your mouth wide open. I think the bigger your mouth is open, the better the laugh. Real talk. It is nothing. Then you be like, whew, your body's relaxed, you're not tensed, you're not stressed. And then you can even think clearly, like, I was tripping. I was so tripping. I'm good. God is good. We are good. Let's go. Let's go. Um, Other people, the smell of fresh coffee. I'm with that. I am with that. I can be in a grocery store. I can walk in a cafe. I can be in my kitchen, but the smell of that fresh coffee, like, oh, it's a beautiful thing. Y'all, that's just me. To me, coffee is love in a cup. Like real talk. Real talk. A couple of other people answered as well. Wendy from Louisiana said being called beautiful and being a blessing to others, and when her daughter tells her that she loves her. Angela says that it makes her smile when she's with her three sons. Ree says it makes her smile when she's with her grandchildren. I feel you on that one. Real talk. Simone says besides her children and family, flowers, personalized gifts, cards, people in love, and being in love and accomplishing goals makes her smile. Miss Linda says, resting in my peace. Yes, ma'am. We know that peace cannot be paid for. So resting in peace. Amen to that. Cassandra says, sunrises, kittens, elderly couples, and pregnant ladies. I'm going to have to ask you one about that one. But that's what makes Cassandra smile. Anita said that having salvation makes her smile. And when her children and grandchildren tell her they have come to know Jesus because of her. Adrian says, knowing that she is loved by her family and friends, and knowing that she is blessed. Yes. Erica says her family, and when at work, seeing the kids truly understand the content that's being taught. Wow, those are amazing reasons to smile. Amazing. And shout out to everybody who participated. I appreciate you guys giving me your feedback. We're going to have to get you on so we can all talk about happiness and joy and things that make us smile all together. Hey, everybody. Welcome to week 4, tip 4. Tip 4 for week 4. Tip number 4 is to erase and replace. And what that means is you're going to erase all negativity, all of it, people, places, things, habits, thoughts, behaviors, all of that kind of stuff. Anything negative, you're going to erase it and replace it with positive things. We often deal with negative thoughts. Often, I can't do this. I'm not pretty. I'm not good enough for that. I'm not enough for that or for him or for them. I can't get the job. I'm not qualified. I'm too fat. I'm too skinny. I'm too tall. I'm too short. We have a lot of things that we put on ourselves. We have a lot of negativity we bring to ourselves, in addition to the people that we hang around. Some people are so negative, like, my gosh, you wonder, is there any positivity in your mouth anywhere? It's draining. It's sincerely draining. So we want to get away from those kind of people. Things that make us feel horrible about ourselves. Places that we go that we don't feel like we can be the best version of ourselves. Anything negative, and I mean anything, I don't care who it is or what it is, you have to get rid of that. You're going to erase that and replace it with all things positive. And it's easy, just work on this. Your challenge this week is to erase and replace. So as soon as you get a negative thought in your mind, replace it with something quickly. I'll give you an example. We often say, oh, I can't do that. Boom, I can do that. Not only can I do it, I can do all things through Christ, period. So that is what we do. Every time we think of something, oh, that looks bad on me. Nope, I'm real cute right now. That's real cute. We have to replace it. Oh, I'm not tall enough. I'm not short enough. I'm not skinny enough. I'm not enough. Yeah, I'm more than enough. Absolutely. I am way more than enough. So you have to replace those negative thoughts with positive thoughts. So get into that. We talked about changing your environment last time. Change your environment because your thoughts will be different. Hang around different people because your thoughts will be different. Your behavior will be different. Your habits will be different. One thing we do is we have this habit of being late all the time or procrastinating. And that's just one example. Work on getting there 30 minutes early. Start that. You can choose your habits. You can work on certain things to change that. If you're always late, change that. I'm gonna just be early. And after a while, it'll become a habit, just like being late was a habit. So that's what you want to do. And if you haven't already, check out the podcast on Spotify. I don't remember which episode it is, but it is called Erase and Replace. And I go into more depth about how to do that. So go to Spotify, so make sure you subscribe. So that way, every time a podcast comes out, you'll already know. Same with YouTube. You'll already know if it's up because it'll notify you. So week 4, tip 4, erase and replace. Make sure you check me out at www.sisterscafeinc.com. See you next week for another tip on how to be the best version of you. Share this video with someone that needs to smile. It is hope in the world. There is joy in the world. We just have to be responsible for our own happiness. Find little things. That way throughout the day, you're constantly smiling, which means you're reducing the stress, reducing anxiety, reducing your body tension. You're giving heart health. All those things that we talked about, the benefits of smiling, you will have that throughout the day because you found things that make you smile. And that can't be predicated on what nobody else is doing. Nobody else. Your happiness is your happiness, and it's your responsibility. You make the choice. Wake up every day. But the biggest thing is to find little things that don't cost you nothing. You don't have to go, you don't have to get on a plane to do it. You don't have to go anywhere. Just find little things that make you smile. It makes you smile. You, because you are important. You are important. So as we close, remember this: your happiness is a choice, not a coincidence. It's not about waiting for others to act, or for the stars to align, or for the money to get right, or for the season to change, or for the weight to fall off, or for your hair to grow, for your kids to leave the house. It's about showing up for yourself every single day. Happiness is your responsibility, yours and yours alone. So you do something about it, right? You do something about it. So make sure that you subscribe to the website at www.sisterscafeinc.com. Go subscribe to the podcast as well as to that YouTube channel. You can follow me on all social media platforms, and you can find me here again next week at Sisters Cafe on Power Influence Radio.
I'll be there. It don't matter. Just say where. I'll be right by your side. Through everything, you know, alright. Just stay cool. I'll come through to pray for